Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Now, let's go to the Chapter 1, Part 2. List the authors and address. In this part, we will learn how to list the authors and address. The list of authors establishes accountability as well credit. If you have some causes, problems about the authorship can range from trivial to the catastrophic. It is the easiest part of preparing a scientific paper is simply entering the balance, the authors, and address sometimes. However, there have been instances in which otherwise reasonable colleagues have become bitter enemies solely because they couldn't agree on whose names should be listed or in what order. So it is very, very important to list the author in correct order or suitable order. So, what is the most important thing we need to know when reading the list of the authors? In the past, there was a general tendency to list the head of the laboratory as an author, whether or not he or she actively participated in the research. Often, the head was placed last. As a result, the terminal spots seemed to be a clear prestige. So, a lot of persons think the last author is the important person. Thus, two authors, neither of whom was head of a laboratory or even necessarily a senior professor, would vie for the second spot. If there were three or more authors, the prestige-seeking author would want the first or last person position, but not the one in between. So the first or the last position is the crucial position. There are some general rules for writing the list of authors. For the first author usually is the person who played the lead role in the research. That means the most part of the research or the papers was finished by the first author. Qualification to be listed first doesn't depend on rank. A graduate student or even an undergraduate may be listed first if he or she lead the research project. And even Nobel laureates are not to be listed first unless their contributions predominate. So remember, the first author, the qualification to be listed first do not depend on rank. Multi-authors may then to be listed appropriately in order of decreasing contribution to the work. That means contribute more, list ahead. In some fields, the head of the laboratory is still often listed last, in which case this person may contribute to command particular respect. However, the Kai should be included only if he or she indeed at least provided guidance. In general, all those listed as authors should have been involved enough to defend the paper or a substantial aspect. Some authors who didn't participate in the research should come to regret their inclusion when the reported research was found deficient or even fraudulent. So,